A couple of honorary mentions before we get on to the runner-up and the overall prize winner.
You've missed the preamble here. The preamble is customary to say, oh well, you know, it's the competition is unusually.
You're such a politician, Tom.
It's unusually tough. But the thing is, what makes this unusual is the competition. We both judge competitions all the time. Like they submit ideas to 4IP, they submit ideas to My Society to work out what to build. Most of them are shit. Almost everything tonight was excellent, and so unfortunately
it was quite tricky.
Except you. Anyway, go on.
No. We had a fight, quick fight because we wanted to drink. A couple of honorary mentions that were involved in the fight were the first one, the lazy drivers, which we thought was a fantastic potential story there. We wanted other data overlaid on top. I wanted to know, were they rich fuckers or not really? The second honorary mention is the horoscopes, which is just hilarious and genius. That was just fantastic. I thought the generic horoscope was brilliant. But we have...
Yeah, so the runner-up, which gets the iTunes vouchers, is that it? Simply because it's a thing that's needed that demonstrates why ScrapeWiki is worth doing, is the very last entry snuck in at the very end, outside of regulation time. It's the bank holidays.
But the winner, unanimously actually in the end, it was quite an easy winner, was the Tory candidates are and the reason for this was it felt really holistic. There was scraping from a variety of different sources, there was munging of information, and then crucially there was the telling of a story. Okay, it's a very kernel of a story there, but there was a story actually visually told and told as a sort of self-standing piece of data journalism. So clear winner, congratulations, and get your money. Get your Eurostar out.
And it's going to be Anna Marie, David, and also Ian. They're going to present, they've called the project Salander, analysing the new Tory candidates in safe seats for the 2010 elections.
Okay, well, while things are setting up, I'll tell you the problem. What we wanted to do is look at the new candidates that were not incumbents that are standing in the safe Conservative seats. This is made more complicated by the fact that the boundaries have all changed. Only 55 English constituencies are the same in 2010 as in the last election. Needs to get all the data from the last general election, remunge it into the new constituency boundaries, and then decide who's notionally where. Now we did all that with a JSON object. You can tell I'm lying. I went to the Telegraph website, who've already done this. They've got it nicely displayed in a Flash object. Now, I used a piece of software called Charles to interrupt the conversation between the Flash object and the Telegraph server, extracted the XML that was running their program.
Greater than
10.5%.
10.5%.
It was safe if the Tories are still going to take the seat, even if there's a 10.5% swing away from them to the Labour Party or away from them to the Liberal Democrats.
Very safe.
So we took that data and we used data that Edmund had scraped for his new website, which is the Next MP, and has profiles of all the all the new prospective Parliament candidates. We took that list, we merged the two together, and came out with a list of candidates that are in the safest seats, and we've got 12, our golden 12 Tory candidates, but have safe seats. But we did find quite some interesting information, and everyone else is going to talk about it.
12 candidates, and they divide into 3 sets. You have the pack mules, the people who've done the conventional thing, like Mark Menzies, in his third campaign, won in a hopeless seat, won in a winnable but difficulty seat, and now in an absolutely safe seat. You get the policy ones, like Claire Perry, who's joined the party 4 or 5 years ago, worked in George Osborne's office, and suddenly finds herself in an incredibly safe seat in the West Country, and populists, a colonel, a local GP, an Iraq administrator who have come in on open primaries, but we have lots of data about them.
Okay, so my job was drawn up a picture of a typical new Tory MP who's going to be in the Parliament after the next election. They're British, white and male. The median age is 53. Dominant attendance at Oxford University. Potentially independent grammar school also dominated. They're not on the Sunday Times rich list. They're not from farming backgrounds, i.e. landed class. They're not from the liberal professions. They don't really use Facebook, and they don't really use Twitter. Now, if you come to think of it, David Cameron's making a big sound about the fact he wants to regrow the Conservative Party with new, young and brighter things and get rid of the old wood. Well, in fact, this is a new old wood.
Well done.
DirectGov publish a kind of page which just has a list of the bank holidays for the UK, and we scraped that and turned it into actual data. Which is one of those things for small geeks. It does get. It's really exciting because is that going to run?
That's pretty exciting.
Let me try and run it. Will it run now?
No, which tells you which working days have passed through FOI requests.
Yeah.
And it has to skip bank
And it's so
holidays.
simple. It's so simple. It's,
Every year I have to go manually add them
Yeah.
to the...
I mean, it's just the simplest thing, isn't it? It's just literally a list of about sort of 10, 12 dates over the year.
No,
And the government really should be able to produce this in a data format and put it on a nice URL which just always stays there. So you can just say,
You think...
tell me when the next bank holiday is. But
What is the date? What data format have you put it out in?
well, we've only just put it into Scraperwiki. I assume that Scraperwiki has
Try and sign in like this,
all
yeah.
kinds of ways of putting it out as. Should I go for edit and run? But anyway, so hopefully there should be some data, but it's probably gone off the bottom of the screen.
Scroll down.
Yeah. So you can see now it's got this date. So they're probably all set to the first just because of this regular expression problem. We can fix that very easily if we know the syntax. That's it.
Very good.